critical thinking, altruism, and self-transcendence in education. Introduction. Critical thinking is one of the key skills emphasized in 21st century education. Teachers and prospective teachers are encouraged to develop this ability so students can think clearly, analyze problems, and make logical decisions. However, if taught without balance, critical thinking can have side effects. Students who become too immersed in analysis can fall into overthinking, excessive anxiety, cynicism, or a compartmentalized perspective. As a result, instead of becoming open and creative individuals, students can feel burdened, become egotistical in constructing arguments, or worse, becoming unproductive and burdened to others. Therefore, teachers need to add an antidote to critical thinking instruction. Two approaches can be helpful. Altruism, as a social balance, which cultivates empathy and caring. Self-transcendence, as an existential balance, which teaches students to see themselves beyond the physical body, as a consciousness seeking meaning. The purpose of these notes is to equip prospective teachers with a framework and practical strategies to teach critical thinking in a healthy, comprehensive, and humane manner. Basic concepts. Critical thinking. Critical thinking is the ability to analyze information, compare, categorize, and construct logical arguments. Bloom's taxonomy even lists activities such as categorizing, comparing, contrasting, criticizing, and anticipating as essential parts of higher-level cognitive processes. However, if practiced without direction, critical thinking can become a burden. Students can feel anxious because they constantly anticipate negative possibilities or become trapped in an attitude of non-constructive criticism. This is where it's important to add another dimension. Altruism. Altruism is an attitude of caring for others, even at the expense of personal interests. In an educational context, altruism trains students to put themselves in another person's perspective. Research in social psychology shows that altruistic acts not only benefit the recipient, but also improve the psychological well-being of the doer. Reduced stress, increased feelings of meaning, and healthier social relationships. With altruism, critical thinking goes beyond logical analysis and is also directed toward solutions that consider the common good. Self-transcendence. Self-transcendence is the awareness that the human self is not merely the physical body or the individual ego, but rather a broader consciousness that can find meaning in any situation. Viktor Frankl, through his logotherapy, demonstrated that humans are able to survive the most difficult conditions if they find meaning beyond themselves. In education, self-transcendence helps students avoid overthinking. They learn that thoughts are only one part of the human experience and that they have the capacity to give meaning to life experiences, including the problems or challenges they face. Integration in learning. A simple model for integrating these three aspects in the classroom is the three-step model. Critical thinking students logically analyze real-life problems. Altruism students are encouraged to see problems from others' perspectives and practice empathy. Self-transcendence students are encouraged to reflect on themselves, realizing that they are more than just bodies facing problems, but also consciousnesses that can choose meaning. Case study: flooding problems in a village. A simple example: a village frequently floods due to clogged drains. Step 1: critical thinking. Students analyze the causes of the flooding. Garbage thrown into the gutters, squatter settlements along the riverbank, miscalculated embankments, or the construction of restaurants in water catchment areas. From this, they develop technical solutions, such as improving drainage or waste management systems. Step 2: altruism. Students step into the perspectives of poor residents along the riverbank, restaurant owners, village government officials, and environmental activists. They practice empathy through a simulated village meeting. Step 3: self-transcendence. After the role play, students are invited to write a reflection. Who am I in the face of the flood? Am I merely an affected body, or a consciousness that can choose attitudes and give meaning? With this flow, students not only think critically but also grow in empathy and meaning.